So I wanted to come here and I wanted to talk about something a little less, I don't even know what the word would really be, important, big than the usual paint and talk, and just like a simple problem that I've been having that I want to discuss. I've lightly discussed it in the past, but like not just like dedicated a full thing to it. And now that I'm letting these be, between 10 and 30 minutes, and say at 30, I can really just talk about it and hopefully get advice on it actually from you guys would be the goal here, because I've just always struggled with this, and that's getting out of bed. I mean, it's the title of the video probably, or something like it. Getting out of bed is probably the hardest thing for me. Like, if I can get out of bed in the morning, I've like mostly won the day. Like, my day will probably be good if I got out of bed on time. And this is just like a really tough thing for me, and I genuinely have no idea why. Today's a great example of it. It's a Saturday, the day I'm recording this. Sorry, I had to think about that for a second, but it's a Saturday, and today I try to wake up at 6 every day. I've never really gotten why people wake up at like a different time on the weekends than during the week, because like it just makes it harder to wake up during the week. So I also appreciate waking up early. I like, being up with the birds or whatever. I don't really know why. I just always enjoyed it, right? So I try to wake up at 6, but the tough thing is, it's not that I'm not a morning person, because I am. Like, I enjoy the mornings, and when I wake up on time, I have a lot of energy in the mornings, but I can't get out of bed. Like, for some reason, I just will always and forever be waking up, and like I'm not dumb, but all my mental energy is directed straight towards getting back into bed. I will come up with mental loopholes. I'll be I'll gaslight myself into thinking like, oh man, like my arms are really sore today. I didn't even go to the gym the day before. I'll just tell myself that. I'd be like, I really, I need more sleep. Or if there's something important going on that day, I'll be like, oh, I got that big call later, it's probably really important to be well rested. I'll go back to bed. I'm just a whole different person when I wake up in the mornings. And I hate it. I don't like it. I don't know why it happens. This morning, though, is back on track a little bit here, is an example of this, where I woke up at I want to say 6:30ish, right? And I don't know why, but I have an alarm that is like a super alarm, because I can't get out of bed with a normal one. So to turn the alarm off, first of all, it's really loud. It's like, it's the name of the sound is literally the end of the world, right? So it's a super loud alarm, and to turn it off, I have to first go scan this random pack of pencils that I have in me. So I have to scan this pack of pencils, take a photo of my coffee machine, and then I have to shake the phone really hard 50 times. And then after that, I have to, what's the last thing? Oh, I have 3 little memory puzzles I have to do. I'm a master at those memory puzzles, by the way. Nobody can go toe to toe with me on those memory puzzles. I'm really good at them. So that's like what my alarm is, right? The bad part about this alarm is that it can be turned off if you just fully shut down your phone. They have a way to stop it, though. The way to stop it is that they have this thing called the cheating challenge, where you can, in the alarmy community, I suppose, since this is a whole thing now that I'm getting into it here, you can make it so every time you do that, it'll charge your bank account. So what I did is I started off with $5, and I said, every time I use this cheat, I'm going to up it $5, right? Eventually, now fast forward to this week, I get to the maximum amount. I get to $20, right? I've used this cheat 3 times already. I'm at $20. So I'm using it, not using the cheat. I'm using the challenge to make sure I'm not doing the cheat. And it was working. Like this last week, it worked. I was like, no, even if I want to go back to bed, I gotta do the challenges. And then usually by the time I'm done with the challenges, I'm like a little bit more, awake. So even if I am going back to bed, like usually it's in a way that actually makes a little bit more sense. Like, okay, I'll go back to bed for 30 minutes. That's another problem though. We'll get to that later. We'll get to the whole 30 minutes thing later, because that's a whole other dilemma there. So the reason I had to turn off this challenge though is because it started charging me when I was doing everything right. Like the other day, I wake up, I turn off the alarm, and it still charges me $20. And I was like, okay, I have to, and it's like a really serious thing too. This isn't like this app is not playing around. I have to, if I want to get it repealed, I have to submit an appeal to the team and tell them why I turned off my alarm in an emergency state. So what I did actually, okay, this is a crazy thing I did, to be honest. I kind of feel bad about it. I don't know why I feel bad about it though. It's one of those things. I was at the gym and going through my emails and I see that they charged me $20 and I was like, I literally turned this off this morning, right? So what's going on? So then I'm like, oh my God, I need to submit an appeal, right? And I'm like, why am I here submitting an appeal to the alarm app that I agreed to give $20 if I use this cheat? But I was like, I'm not, like, it all seemed so dumb to me, but I was like, also like, I'm not paying $20. Like, I gotta do this, right? So I go in and I submit the appeal, and I didn't think that the development team would believe me if I was like, it just didn't, like, I didn't turn it off, this is a mistake. I feel like they would think that's a lie, because they have to manually approve your repeal. You cannot just like submit this and be like, you know, I wanted to, and they'll, like, it's not like everyone gets through. You gotta like have a real reason. So since knowing that, I went into my to my repeal and I said that my friend called me screaming and I had to drive to his house. None of that happened, and I felt I don't know why I felt bad though. I think I feel bad because I'm thinking like I'm going to make something bad happen by lying about something bad happen to make it so I don't have to pay this $20. But also, this is just such an insane scenario. Like, why did this happen? Why am I sitting here in the year? Like, we have all the technology in the world. We have powers that people would have thought are godlike in the past. And I'm sitting here panicking about being charged for an alarm that I set myself. And I'm now losing money because of how bad I can't wake up in the morning. And so, okay, so my alarm hasn't been working, right? This morning though, since I turned off the cheat, I'm able to just fully power off the phone. This is a very dangerous thing if you've been paying attention. Very dangerous thing, right? Because if I can fully power off the phone, I will fully power off the phone. And that's what I did. I was like, okay, I'm gonna power off this phone and what I'll do is I'll go back to bed for 30 minutes. And then 30 minutes later, I wake up and I fully power off the phone again, and I just throw it across the room and I go back to bed, and I didn't wake up till 11:30. And that's terrible, like that's really bad. Because, so for me, I plan my days like a lot. Like every night before I go to bed, I plan the next day, and if anything happens to like offset that, I get really upset, to be honest. Like this is the most annoying thing I do, I think. I plan my day meticulously, and I don't like anything going off the rails. Something always goes off the rails though, and it's usually my fault. And this is a great example of it, where I wake up late and I'm like, oh my God, what do I do with the first half of my to-do list? This is all to say, this is why I'm recording so late. I try and record really early on the weekends if I can, because I think, you'll notice this in the last 2 recordings, I got to them yesterday on Friday early, and there was like a nice light coming in through the windows onto the setup. I think that looks awesome. I know it's a small detail, I know no one probably notices it, but I notice it, and when it's there, I love it, because like, I don't know, it's nicer to edit that, knowing like, wow, look at how nice this sheen of light looks, you know? And like, I get everything done early. Today though, it's 6:34 p.m. right now. It's 6:34 p.m. and I'm recording this when I could be out having some devilish drinks or something. I don't know what else I'd be doing right now, but it'd be good. I know that much. And I'm not doing it. It's snowing here in New York, so that's kind of also, I'd be watching the snow is what I'd be doing. But I'm not, because I woke up late, and you know, that's just, it's a tragedy is really what it is. I've tried everything over the years. So usually what works is very simple, just like going to bed early, right? Like, I think that's what a lot of people are gonna say, it's just like, you're an idiot, just go to bed early. That does not work though. Like, not anymore, it's not. It used to work. I think a part of this too that I should mention here for transparency's sake is my caffeine addiction. It's really bad. It's, like I said, 6:30 right now, and I did have like another espresso before this. Like I do have a really bad caffeine addiction. I think that could be part of it, but also I don't have a caffeine addiction that has me having trouble going to bed. You know what I mean? Like I could have this espresso right now, and if I want to be, I could be out by 10, like very easily. But I mean, that's kind of a lie. Maybe out by 11. It's not like keeping me up at night. Like I'm not the type of person where like I'm gonna be up in an hour like, oh my God, I'm shaking from that coffee. That's just not me at all. But like, maybe it's because it's like still lower quality sleep. I don't know, guys. I need to do something about my wake ups. The good news with me though is that once I get consistent with them, I get very consistent with them. And that's gonna be good. I just gotta keep trying. Like I've entered periods of like years at a time where I don't miss a day waking up. And then one day I miss it though and it all goes off the rails. So I guess that's not a good thing. But it's gonna be good. We're gonna get through this. I'm gonna use someone's advice in the comments. I hope somebody else struggles with waking up too. Not that I hope in terms of like, I want you to struggle. I hope in terms of like, I hope this is like something that's somewhat relatable to somebody, so I don't just seem absolutely manic right now. Because a lot of people in real life that I've told about this problem, they're like, you're just like, just stop. You're just like, you know, why are you telling me about this? This isn't that deep. Or like, just wake up, like this isn't that crazy. So hopefully that doesn't hit. If this hits the anti dice waking up crowd, this is gonna be, I might have to take it down if I'm getting death threats over this. Because that could very well happen because of how many people love to come at this and say that's not a big deal when it really is. So yeah, I'm expecting to have the largest online harassment campaign ever happen because of this video. But jokes aside, guys, the painting is done. I wanted to go in here and just like, I just fully slam my arm against this and I hope it didn't mess up anything. I want to just go in and like paint a bunch of stuff, and then I started painting the one eye and I was like, I guess it's a face now. I've been wanting to try and do a style where I don't fill in anything, I just kind of leave it like, you know, like as is, where it's like just an outline. You can see the fuzz around, I don't know if it's the fuzz, like kind of like the blurring around the paint, and I think it actually looks pretty cool. I mean, listen, is it like, it's not like anything to write home about, but it's cool, it's neat, you know, so you guys know the drill. Go check this out over on the Instagram, multiple angles, the whole 9 yards. And until tomorrow, guys, gals, and pals, my name is Max Dice, and this has been Paint and Talk, episode 51. I'm here every morning, painting and talking with you all.